Thank you, everyone. I'm Robin Slogan. I'm the director of the Cripps Institute. And I first want to start by acknowledging country that we're on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation and pay my respects to elders past, present, future, and the emerging Indigenous leaders who are working with ANKA and then with us into building strong culture in art centres and professional pathways. I'll talk a little bit about that. But I want to acknowledge other Indigenous people in the room here tonight and say how important Indigenous partnerships are to everything we do. I won't talk for long, but we've got an exciting piece of news tonight. The ANKA partnership with the Cripps Institute, Greenway Centre, has been a long-term partnership from 2011. It's been a really significant partnership. And for the Cripps Institute, we learn so much when people come down and share knowledge with us. We've been working on this partnership to strengthen it, and our ultimate goal is to ensure that we've got in remote art centres the same sort of opportunity that our students in the curatorial studies have, that they'll come out and there will be positions for them, and they will be positions where they live, with the people they live, where their knowledge, very important knowledge, critical to Australian identity, is supported within the communities where that knowledge is nurtured, protected, and held. And on that note, we've signed now, that's our second MOU with ANKA to continue this program of working together, and a collaborative agreement for the ARC linkage partnership, Safekeeping, which comes out of work that we've been doing together for more than 7 years on community collections and the safekeeping of them. Critical thing is to make sure that people who are at the front line, who are looking after these collections now, have relationships, I think, where we can share knowledge, and where if there's questions that you need that are, from our perspective, conservation questions, or we have questions around culture, how to work with people, that we've got a shared body of knowledge that we're building together. So the ARC linkage grant, the aim of that is to create positions for people in country, paid permanent positions. We want the remote art worker community to be enabled in the same way, as I said, that we enable our other students who come through the University of Melbourne. That's not just providing scholarships when they're at the university. We know that those other students have a clear line of sight to the sorts of jobs and careers they're going to have. And that's the ambition that we've got working together through the ARC program over the next 5 years, but in the longer term. So I know Christina will join me in saying if anyone wants to talk to us about that, we'd be absolutely delighted to talk with you and tell you more, because I think part of the importance is sharing the word too, so that what you will be privileged to see tonight, you'll take with you, and it will enable you to think about how you can operate in the future. Christina, do you want to say anything at this point?
Just tiny. My name is Christina Davis and I'm the CEO of ANKA. Got two of my bosses here. I work for the board, the elected board of ANKA, that really have introduced you in a minute. I'm just acknowledging the traditional owners of this country and all the Aboriginal people here and Torres Strait Islander people in the room today. I want to particularly thank Robin and the Cripps Institute for the long tradition of hospitality that they've given to our people coming up here into the cold in winter time to spend time here, and to just reiterate what Robin said, that really the goal of the next stage of our work together is to ensure that to work together with communities to ensure that there are jobs for senior jobs, proper jobs for the people who are interested in particularly looking after the community collections that sit in a lot of the art and culture centres. So we're really excited to be united on that goal and working out how to get funding and support for the Arts Centre-based community collections and keeping places. Because at the moment, the funding that goes to the arts centres through a program called AWEP only funds the making and selling of art. It doesn't fund the looking after the heritage and community collections. And because what the elders usually want is passing on culture to the kids, they have prioritised those collections, but government funding hasn't. But anyway, we are not the show today.
No, exactly.
Show that's coming now.
Okay.
To Colin Tatameri, who's one of the ANKA directors, who introduced the next. Thanks, everyone.
So we're just going to do an acknowledgement from a Tiwi's perspective. So first, just calling out. Oh, ngangara paping anyulam rokopone, kapino arampe no manangoe. Pop, pop. Kapino rangery, way on Nakimulameka, Prataman, Uttaramul, Awea, Kapino rangery, way on Nakimulameka, Prataman, Uttaramul, Kapino rangery, way on Nakimulameka, Prataman, Kapino rangery, way on Nakimulameka, Prataman, Uttaramul, Kapino rangery. Ngayon, ang kimilamig prataman wataramon. Ah! So, wana mamantawi. Nga kukanaring ini ngara kapi Cripps Institute Grimway Center. Kapi Rangery Murawapuni. And now I would like to pass it on to my fellow board member, but also fellow Linley, who's also done the specialist certificate with right here in the Green Wave Center. And yeah, she can take over. Who's also the one of the graduate mentors on this program.
Thank you, Colin and the ladies. Hello, my name's Linley. I am a Nyigana Walmajadi woman from Fitzroy Crossing. I work at Mungajir Arts and I'm also an ANKA director. I finished the Art Workers Extension program, what these guys are doing, in 2016. Oh, no, not yet. I also have a postgraduate qualification in conservation from the University of Melbourne through the ANKA AWEP Pathways program. Through that, what they were talking about the jobs. So after all of this training, my Arts Centre created a new position for me where I work in the collection as an in-house conservator, basic conservation, not like your mom. ANKA was founded in 1987. It's Australia's first peak organisation for Aboriginal Arts and Culture Centre. In 1987, ANKA had 16 centres, including centres in the desert regions. Today, ANKA has nearly 50 art and culture centres and artist groups across 4 northern Australian regions, as you can see up here. Nationally, there is a network of over 100 remote Indigenous community-controlled art and culture centres grown from the ground up by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. ANKA has 4 regions: the Kimberley, Arnhem Land, the Tiwi Islands, and Darwin and Catherine. It covers 1.5 million square kilometres and over 50 Aboriginal language and cultural groups. I'd like to have Colin first. Additional bit with anything.
So I'm going to go a bit off script because it's something I just thought about. And so on this particular program, we have 2 participants and a graduate mentors from the Kimberley. Then we have 1 participant from what we call the Darwin Catherine region. Then we have 3 participants, 1 graduate mentor, and myself, who's the ambassador from Tiwi. And then we have 2 participants from the Arnhem Land region. And that's just to give you a sense of what this group here represents. Now, as stated before, my name is Colin. I'm Colin Mary. I am the treasurer of ANKA and secretariat for my own art center, Gillamara Arts and Crafts Association. And at Gillamara, I work as a digital archiver, and I'm hoping within the next 6 or so years to come back here and further my studies and hopefully get a master's. We have a dream in our community. We've already worked with a architectural company to develop a new industry standard museum on our own community so we can have a place to bring a lot of artifacts back home. Oh, yeah. There. So this is our current board. So we got 3 from each region and a stand-in from each of the 4 regions, but also special advisors who've previously been on the board and come back and just help with the governance of ANKA. And that's where, the core values of our peak organization comes from. But not only through our directors, but also our members, the people who we serve and we advocate for. Oh, goodness. So our vision is to keep art, country, and culture strong. And the mission of ANKA is to support self-determination of Aboriginal artists and art and culture centers. Now, so this particular painting here or drawing is by our chairman, Jambua Marawili, Dr. Jambua Marawili, who, whenever we're in board meetings or advocating to government, he always loved to use the term or the phrase, the people under the tree. So whenever we're speaking, we must always remember the people under the tree, and that is the people that are back in our art centers, in our communities, back on their homelands. For they are the ones that we are representing and that we are speaking up for, advocating to the government for. And he also created a new picture or drawing, which was the other one with the birds, and it's basically the tree of life, and all walks of life, be it indigenous or non-indigenous, are flying to this tree, and then they get the message and then they spread it out to the world. So when people, be it indigenous or non-indigenous, come into our art center, they get a bit of our knowledge and spread it out to the rest of the world. And here's just a video that was created during the 50th AWEP graduates. And that is what these guys are currently going on now.
I'm just listening to a Zoom. Oh.
I'll speak.
You,
I can speak to you later.
no, you can speak to me now. It's all right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just returning your call.
Oh, right. Well, I just was wondering if,
So that particular video was, here you go next. Is it that one? So at the moment, oh, that was when the 50th anniversary, and that was the past poster. But with this group here, we've now reached 100 participants of the ANKA Arts Worker Extension Program. And with the specialist certificate in cross-cultural conservation, we've only had 19 participants. So slowly our team is growing. And I would just like to thank both the Grimwade Center, but also a lot of our past directors who wanted more, because, you know, we can be in board meetings all we like, but unless we have actual qualifications for our communities, and so that we can actually have a pathway and actually say, yep, we've been here, we've done that, and now we can look at our collections, look after them for future generations, not in just our own cultural way, but with the backing of industries and with the certificates. So thank you. And I'd like to pass it on now to Wally Brooks, the graduate mentor, who will introduce the first participant.
It's a bit hot, Melbourne. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Porter Brooks. I'm one of the graduate mentors from last program, and it's pretty packed house tonight, which is really good. And I'm an artist, an arts worker, and also a vice president for my art center where I work at Gillamar and Craft. And I would like to introduce the first participant from Melangimbi Arts and Culture is Jacinta.
Na mere bok mak Ngara ko Jacinta Broko Malawi, Bapru ngara Damaranji, Kayurun ngara Dua, Kadaruk yang ngara ko Yamarpengo. Hello everyone, my name is Jacinta Broko Malawi. My surname is Damaranji. My moiety is Doa, and my language group is Jambarpengo, which is widely spoken language across East Tanam, especially Milingimbi, Ramangining, Kalawinko, and Gapowiak. My hometown is Milingimbi, but my tribal homeland is at Karata in the mouth of the Gurala River in Buckingham Bay. And my mother's tribal homeland is in Longocha at Hadi Island located in Annam Bay. I started working in the Art Center on September 2024. But before, I was working in the Milingimbi Community Library for 10 years. What really got me to work in the Art Center was that what I was doing in the library previously, teaching all the kids about Yolngu kinship, connections, relations, and Yolngu sign languages. Art centers are like library, but in the view of Yolngu. Because it holds the knowledge of Yolngu values. It is like a place of learning about Yolngu culture to be passed down to the younger generation and the stories as well. Often, all people, all men and women who are artists, weavers and painters, the ones that holds the knowledge are always at the art center. Sometimes I sit with them, listen to the stories. Working in the art center has been an amazing experience. To furthermore gain my cultural knowledge and understanding. Because in the Yolngu world of each piece of artwork belongs to each clan group. And within each clan, each tribe has its own intellectual property right. It is based on the songline. The songline itself is the map of the land and the sea. The places itself is like an invisible border that cannot be trespassed by other tribes. The reason why I wanted to work at the art center, because one day younger generation will be doing the same to keep the art center strong for the future generations. I work to record and translate artwork stories, enrich metadata on photographic collections, assist community members with database access, and more. I bring my strong interest in history, bilingual and translation skills, and extensive experience as a librarian to work. Jalkari keeping place is very important for the community access because it has thousands of historical digital collections, photos, voice recordings, artifacts, and bark paintings that we work on to identify people, objects, and artworks. I have a strong culture, a strong interest in art and story, and is an emerging leader in Milingimbi. having begun in Calgary. Art and Culture Center is very important. It's like a central hub for cultural learning. It holds the stories in the painting and in the song lines. As you can see here, that's the mural project that we've done at Milingimbi Health Center. And these are my father's artworks. And these three are my artworks, and that is my father teaching me how to paint traditionally. This is me, my partner with group of Uni Melbourne, Marcia, Christine. And this is my father's sculpture, a Makasan sculpture, because in Yolngu, we have his long history about trade with the Makasans. And this is my granddaughter wearing a woven hat inside the Art and Culture Center. And that is my art crew that we work together. And this particular photo was taken in the 40s, and it was during the Makarata. Everyone knows in Australia what Makarata is. They know about it as a truth-telling, but it's not. Makarata is a Yolngu word, and Milingimbi is a common ground of Makarata. Makarata is resembling peace and harmony. So I'm going to dance. This is my grandmother's tribe song. So I'll give you a bit of show, a traditional dance. Yeah. Amazing. Wow, thank you, Jacinta. Our next speaker is Teresa from Bimaware in the Tiwi Islands.
I want to Mamanta, Nyandanga Teresa. Or you can call me Tara. I got Bimaware as a screen printer, an artist, textile. And I come from Darwin, that's the nearest Wilmianga Island that I come from. This is a beach, Wilmianga Beach, where the boat comes and bring goods. There's a ferry when they come, and like family or have pass or have ceremony, we can go travel across to Melbourne Island where Pillamari is. But then have, and this is a beach, and this is place of my grandfather fishing grandfather land. There's a very base. We go out hunting, collecting lungworms, mud mussel, mangrove worms. collecting them and taking home or with and it's good for wine. These ladies in the front row says elders who pass, and there's a new ladies working, sewing, and printing, and this is our new uniform. This is the new screen. My manager's husband came in for a couple of weeks, making art and making screen, put it on the screen. This is me carrying one, testing. This is my cousin and me screen printing one fabric called shell design. This is me watching the screen, watching the die off and dry that, and after we use that, and this is me testing. Is this good or bad? And this is my design, bingo. This is me standing and waiting for one of the lady to help me to screen print the fabric. And the blue one is for First Communion, doing in September, wearing that outfit. This is me and my workmate after the AGM at AWEP, and this is how we get the color. Paint it ourselves before we go to a burial ground to dance. And this Pokemon pole. Represent the spirit. And this is me last year, the dev. One of the customer came in and showed me my design. And I was proud to admit a Pokemon dress that I'm wearing is my design. My Detroit dress. That Pokemon pole. This is me and the ladies after the AGM meeting and the dev. And these young people are the local, are the models, modeler designs. This is me with my design, Pokemon Power. And this is the other one called Children Dancing. And this is a new ladies are coming in for, from last year, deaf, ladies working at Beamaware. That's a manager, Donna Russell. Yep. And this is a mission church. And inside the church, there's a lot of designs inside. Recently, they made a movie called Trumpet Wedding. Okay. Yep. This is some of my video.
Okay, next up, we have a next participant is Flinka Dobby from Moranjam Art Center.
Kumalat minia, ngininga nyuaragot, menengari tamben. Welcome everyone. My name is Flinka Dolby, and I'm from Moranjam community. I am a Ngaranjan Walanga woman. So here's Pandijan. This is my mother's homeland, up the Gibberbo Roads on the inland. And over here is my father's country, and that's Echo Beach. That's Yaragara, Yarra country, near Broome. And Moranjam is 5 kilometers on the outskirts of Derby. So Derby is in the north of the Kimberleys, WA. This is Moranjam Art Center. This is the entrance, and that's the aerial view of the Wandjina. My position in the art center, I work at the I work at the front reception, retail gallery manager. In the gallery. And for those who can make it out to our country, we have cave painting in the art center, and that's me doing tour, sharing my stories, Wandjina stories with not only people from the community and locals, overseas as well. And that's where I work as well, in the museum. So last year I started doing fashion, and this is my first design. This design here is kungaberry. We call it Bunjaran language. The fruit, we eat the fruit and the wood. It's also good for healing and smoking ceremonies and for chasing away mosquitoes and stuff. Yeah. And this is another design, my second one. This is a blue sea. So I did the blue sea from my father's country. And the other one, that design is mud flat. So Derby is surrounded by mud flats. So I did a design of Derby. Yeah. And in Moranjam, we have 3 tribal groups. We have Ngaranjan, Wurror, and Wanambol. This one here is Wanaleri. So Wanaleri, he's a flood story. He has a black-head python halo. His eyes are the eye of the cyclone, and his nose is from the power of the lightning. And the one in the middle, he's Ngamarali. So he's in the coast. It's Wurror language group. He's got a lightning bolt halo. And the one in the end, that's Ramijmara. He's from up north Kalambaru, and the halo he have is feathers, black cockatoo halo. Every year, July the 11th, we have Mountain Festival. So we share our stories and through our song lines. So this is the next generation, teaching the next generation to keep culture, language, and dance and arts strong. When Wandjinas are painted, they then painted themselves in the caves. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Flinker. Our next speaker is Rain from Gillamar Arts and Craft.
Awana Mantawi. Hello, everyone. My name is Raylene Miller. I'm a young TV emerging artist and screen printer. What inspires me on this day, I brought some of my family along to make me brave. This one's my great-great-grandfather, Ali Miller. This is my grandmother, Mary Elizabeth. This is my grandfather, Richard. As you can see, this is my totem. I'm a young traditional owner of my land. This is my totem, saltwater crocodile, Jigabanga, Mulawara. It's my skin name, sorry. Oh, this is home for me. I'm from Tiwi, New Island, Melville Island. There's 2 islands. That's me just there in the country. And yeah, sorry, and I am one of the traditional owners of my home. And this is my community, Nulakapuri. It's 45 minutes travel on the plane north of Darwin. This is where I work, Gillamar Arts and Craft. As you can see, my managers, Will and Hannah, Bob, smart Gillamar family crew. This is me. I'm a head head screen printer, like I'm the manager of the screen printer. This is me teaching, doing some of my screen printing. Fashion is my pride. My grandfather, my grandmother were painters, carvers, but I love screen printing. This is last year deaf. I do a bit of sewing as well, so I sewed some of them. Yeah, we went to deaf and we won this award for fashion in last year. I also do a lot of teaching. I teach young kids, next generation. I teach them dancing, joy. As you can see here, this is me and my daughter. I'm teaching my daughter painting. I also help a lot of old people as well. And they do a lot of barks, some do painting on paper. We go out collecting some materials. And there's some more. These old people with, yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry. And yeah, I love textile. My passion is, and my goal is screen printing. And here's a little video that I'm going to show.
Okay, next up we have Angela Marks from Rajamano.
Hello, everybody. I come from Najamano. My art center is 1 year art, and I'm art worker and artist. This is Najamano, but long time Kurinji people handle this country to one free people. This is when you come into Lajamano, welcome people coming in. This is art center. This art center before name Waniaka, no art center, but all people name Waniaka. That's why they call this Waniaka art. This is me rolling up painting to send the painting to art fair. Yeah. This is a new painting just started 2 months ago with new portrait painting for exhibition in maybe next year in Sydney, 2027. This for next year. This is art center. Artists sit here and workers sit in here. When the artists come in, we get all the paints ready for them to come in. And this is from painting from long time. All people passed away, long time, artists. 2014, 15, 24, and these others were 2009, 10, all painting. Yeah. And this is the canvas ready to go to painting, and this is me doing my bush potato trimming. And this is a band, all people. We use this band, I come to work 8:30, and I call around about 9:30, pick artists, and also I take artists to clinic first, get their medication, and bring them to art center. And this is manager Trippy. We go at bush, dancing. We take our young girls from school, take out to camping out for 2 days, doing a culture dance with young people, learning them to sing, and show them the painting from their grandfather, grandmother, and to the body marks. Yeah. And this is a country visit. We go out, look around for bush food, bush potato. We go out 160 k's out of Lajamano. Yeah. This is me with the axe, looking for dancing stick and looking for bush medicine, and this little dancing stick. Yeah. And this is me, my skin group, all the Nabangaris and Napanangas. This is painting, I represent my painting and my dreaming, my culture, my country, and my song. Yeah. And this is bush banana, bush onion, and bush coconut, and bush medicine. Yeah. Yeah.
Next, I'll let you get back to your thing. Your chair, sorry. Our next speaker is Angus Darcy from Menangrida Arts and Culture.
Abuna Bapur Vada. So hello everyone. My name is Angus Darcy from Menangrida Art and Culture. So this is me. That's my workshop, art and craft. I come in the morning, so I look after my art and craft really strong. So this is Menangrida. This is Google. That's Menangrida, Aboriginal name. I live there, but this is my homeland. I stay in Gorong, to my mother land, Peraja. So when I go pick up my work, it's like being here. So we stand up for like doing a part of like work in our way. Like this is my nephew's coordinator. I'm a coordinator supervisor for even working for many years. This very car. So I've been just hoping for him. So this is how we had like early Christmas. This is my manager, Ellie, and this is my workmate. We all mate. And this is many are doing this collect this work all the time every Friday. So it's Owen Yalanja. Everybody knows him. He's an artist. So this is me packing on fish trap. And I can see, you can see the boxes there, the freight. Heavily freight packed 10, 20, 11 or something like that. And after that, I finish the boxes like freight. I just take it down to the part landing. And the part. And this is trip I always get up in the morning, 8 o'clock, go around, pick all of my workmates, and also take some men to the bush trip, collecting barks, cutting hollow logs, carving woods. So yeah, I do the job. So this is me standing in the Bartland. That's why I send them freight to down. And down this is better to anywhere, like Canberra, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, Perth. It's also to Paris. So us sending, we sending here 10 boxes to Paris. So actually this man here, Mark Jackman from Down, he just came there, teaching me striping for the bar. So he teach me, like I always do the striping like I've been one each, but he showed me the 2 ways. So he showed me way 2 ways, then I got it in my mind. I'll do like that way. From there, this one from last month went to Down, the first my ANKA program and website. So just went to the magnets, the training for the motors, cleaning up all the bark paintings, maybe more. So just learning them training in like cleaning up all the moldies. And this is me at the airport, going down. Okay. And this is hours was going in the bush with the men, collecting them back. So we do like this. We get some fires burning and we just cut it up and give away the mud men that with the heart enter is giving away. This is my two our workmates, Alison and Rachel, just picking up bananas and filling up the water, putting all the bananas there and some yellow roots, just scratched it, and just putting in the bowl for 10 or 20 minutes boiling, and she get it out. And as you can see, the yellow color, they do like that. Also, these two, they know making the baskets too. And this one is my spirit dreaming from my father, Carbon. So this one is my spirit dreaming, and this is that is wife. Like my father told me about story about this one. It's going down and look around, so many military. So this one is my spirit dreaming. It's knuckling me now. That's why I'm knuckling me now myself. That's why I've been seeing today in Melbourne, there is somewhere there. And I've been happy for seeing him or taking a photo with me. So this is the way go out on the country to hill. This is a man and grader. So we look after our country, you know. That's really the Kunubiji people land. Malanjari tribe. This is my full relations too. My grandfather, my nephews, niece, like that. That's why I've been grown up from there. And they speak Kunubiji. I still understand him. I speak Kunubiji too.
Well, we're nearly there. Nearly there. Second last. Okay, next participant is Leona from Belgium.
Hello. Leona Leah. Ngai kujuanga wan matari kukada. My name is Leah Nanala. I come, my language is Wan Majari and Kukada. I come from Malan community, which is Lake Grey Grey, in Kenningstock Road and Tanamai Road. But my art center is in Balgo, Walati Art, half an hour drive from Mullen. Our town is in Halls Creek. This is in Tanamai Road, jumper I'm wearing. The vehicles pointing to Balgo, to Walati Art Center. This is the Art Center in Balgo. Yes. And this is the Art Center in Malan, Waruyanta Art Center. And this is the Art Center in Balgo, Walaiti Art Center. This is my art center in Malan. Because we are supported by Balgo Art Center. That's why we got our own art center in Malan. It's remote community. Yeah, it makes us busy, do our art, weaving, collect bush medicines, bush tucker, go out country. This is me with my art center uniform, quality art, during COVID. And this is me with the old ladies from Malan. We went for exhibition, reveal. And this is one of my painting that I do at the art center. Yes, our art center was we had to ask Balgo to support our community, and there wasn't anyone around to put their hands up. I had to come and put my hands up. Yeah, because of the old people, that's only one left here. This is the painting of my grandfather and grandmother out at the Gugaja country. Yes, out of Balgo. This is one of my painting. Half finished. I need to go back and finish it. And our family mob go out painting at country. This is the trip from Canningstock Road, the wells that they went a couple of years. Yes. This is one of my mama auntie, Dalsi Nanala. She's the oldest in our family. And I am the younger artist in my family. Yes. My mom, all my families, Nanala families are painters. Yes. This is the trip that I went to Perth to reveal. That's one of her painting as well. Dalsi Nanales. Yes, my painting was there as well. And this is Balgo Lookout. Here, just outside the art center, drive or walk to the lookout, a view of my country, which is down south of Balgo. Yes, this is what I paint, like red and orange, yellow, my country. Yeah.
Thank you, Leah. Last but not least, Martina from Tiwi Island. Tiwi Island.
Awe Matawi. Hello, everyone. My name is Martina Baxter. As you can see, there's a Asian Eastern water buffalo. Nowadays, we dance the buffalo because before then, we used to dance the jungle people dance. But since they moved their herd of buffaloes on Melville Island, made them extinct, moved them towards deep in the bush. This is the main 4 tribes on the Tiwi Islands. Wandarangui is the Sun tribe, Miadui is the Pandanus tribe, Mantamapala, which is the Rock tribe, and Takarangui is the Mala tribe, which is me. I'm Takaranga, the Malat of my tribe. And in the middle is our own Tiwi flag that we have on the Tiwi Islands. So in this world, this takes you to my community. It's about maybe approximately 1,500 to 2,000 people on the island. On Bathurst Island, my community called Wurmianga used to be called Nguyu. Small words now extended to a big word. Travel, visitors, tourists. I'm a tour guide as well. So it's a 20 minutes flight over the island. Or you can travel by the ferry ride from Darwin, and it's only 80 kilometers northwest of Darwin. Your preparation for welcome to country. We use ironwood leaf, very young, burn the fire. It's very toxic, but maybe stay away from it. But it's good for cleansing. We don't know what we travel with around the world, but it's good for cleansing. Get all the spirits out of you. Bring good ones in. We travel down the west end of the island. It's a 6-hour drive, 3 hours in to collect wood. We only let the men drive and go out. We just stay and wait for the ANKAs to come home with the boys. It's in the west end of Tiwi Islands, of Bathurst Island. Collecting also pandanus for weaving, ironwoods for carvings, totem poles, those small little birds they carve, bark paintings, and basket painting like tunga, burung pari we call it in Tiwi, flatboard, and tunga is the folded basket that we make on the island. That's the art center itself. It's built in 1968. It's the oldest art center from the north. And that's the museum piece that I'm working on, try to make it better. But I ran out of space, so I just put them along as I go. But I need to look after. That's why I'm on this journey to learn how to do conservation stuff and how to look after all the arts. So for our future generations, and I can pass that on. Hunting, we love hunting. So family gatherings, we go out crabbing, mud mussel, and it's in our land. So we live off our land. And hunting is the great part of our learning process for our future generation too. And where do I'm on Mantawi? Thank you for listening.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
So first, I'd like to invite the participants back to the front of So first we'll start with a few of the totem dens from the Tiwi Islands, and then we're going to go into question time. This is the boat dance. So during the war, the bombing of Darwin, there was a giant battleship that got attacked near where the coastal pictures that Martina was showing, the place called Jigalaru, for Cry. Yep. Ngita makano me marlamap. Ngita makano me marlamap. Awe ngita makano me marlamap. Ngita makano me marlamap. Ngita makano me marlamap. Ngita makano me marlamap. Awe. And sister is crocodile from Purapanali all the way to Malakapati community where our art center is, Chilamara. Tumlantu payap na project matu tiara. Tumlantu payap na project matu tiara. Awe tumlantu payap na project matu tiara. Tumlantu payap na project matu tiara. Tumlantu payap na project matu tiara. Awe angin tamar lalpa tukur nyampen wing nyampen aram. Wingap mangalaw lalpa tukur nyampen wing nyampen aram. Wingap mangalaw lalpa tukur nyampen wing nyampen aram. Wingap mangalaw lalpa tukur nyampen wing nyampen aram. Awe. And then Martina, lucky last. The buffalo from the jungle, eh? Gee. Ano ba? Water? Okay. Thank you, darling. Tamlan tula marita im tarane pokop. Tamlan tula marita im tarane pokop. Awe tamlan tula marita im tarane pokop. Tamlan tula marita im tarane pokop. Tamlan tula marita im tarane pokop. Kinyongan. Apa ke Pauli. Ayan go. Mana? Bukan. Oh, yeah. So the beginning she did buffalo, and then the end, that is how the jungle people would call out. But yeah, thank you. Now we move to question time. Oh, wait, first farewell dance, sorry. And then what I was dancing is the widow dance, what we dance with, like right skins. So those were like marriage kinship. But now we'll just end with the farewell dance. No, apa kanya? Ngitaw arang ang propuang leaching aputo prayatura. Taw arang ang propuang leaching apo. Awe ngitaw arang ang propuang leaching aputo prayatura. Ngitaw arang ang propuang leaching aputo prayatura. Yeah. Mana?
The thing is, sorry.
Yeah, so can dance. Sorry, people. We had you might be too professional. We had microphones the last time, like handheld mics, and now I'm now moving up in the world this month. Ngita warangan perempuan lecing apa tu peraya cerah. Ngita warangan perempuan lecing apa tu peraya cerah. Ang tawarang perempuan lagi ngapa tu pray aja. Tawarang perempuan lagi ngapa tu pray aja.
Yeah.
Mat draw purau terputung ayo. Ano pa?
Okay, wait.
Wrong one of them sing that. Sorry. Ngawan terangang lengang, ngawan terangang le, ngawan terangang lengang, ngawan terangang le, ngawan terangang lengang, ngawan terangang le. Ah! So that was the farewell, but my maternal grandfather's version, which is representative of the jungle fowl and the Turukani the owl. So thank you. And now question time officially, sorry. So who wants to ask the first question? Participants?
Ask the question and I'll answer your question.
So maybe stand and so just stand and call and just let everyone know this is being recorded just so our family back home can see. So yeah, just speak with a loud voice and I'll pass this to the participants.
I want to acknowledge all of you being such amazing artists and showing us your art as well. It's been really special. Colin had asked me this question actually in a lecture recently over Zoom. But I was wondering the impact, of course, of changing climate on all of us, but especially in communities, how the program has shaped, I guess, possible changes moving forward. I know that your community is thinking of building a new facility to prepare against climate change related disasters. Is that something that is common?
Well, with climate change at the moment, it's hard to say because like there's only 2 houses near the beach, one being where I live. And looking at old photos as I'm working in the digital archiving, there used to be long stretches of beach and turtle used to nest there. But in some nights on the high tide, you can hear the waves crashing against just the wall, not the wall, but the actual land. And sometimes I'll wake up and I'll see hermit crabs or sand crabs walk into my house. And yeah, so with the last 2 houses before the art center, so even though we're quite secure at the same time, there's a lot of erosion from the rain and, all of that's just washing away into our seas. But yeah, I'd like most of the questions to be directed to our participants so that, we can sort of, get more out of them because I know some of them were a bit shy and might have forgot some things. So hopefully they can start to give you more answers about their art center as well. Next question.
I just wanted to ask, what's been the highlight of your trip? It's been a long trip. It hasn't been just nothing.
One of the highlights, especially for me, learning new stuff on conservation, because most of the time I spend is sitting on the desk working on the computer. So it is great to learn something new.
and packing, the packing for the depth, making more fabrics. Yep, and got some new designs coming up.
My highlight was going to see all the museums and galleries and conservation. It's something new for me, so I can go back home and let everyone else know how everything runs.
My highlight was in that's
Visiting a publisher.
yeah. Yeah, I went to the textile studio in that publisher, sorry, and he showed me his studio. Got a bit of tip, like got a lot of tips, not big, a lot of tips. Maybe big in there, more bigger than my place. But yeah, hopefully in the next couple of years, mine will be as big as his. That's my highlight. What
What you would like for this trip?
I like this trip. I see new things. But we run to back in the art center, checking all the art center, like, you know, the painting, we have to look carefully. Firstly, in the art center is really old painting from old people passed away. We really got a whole painting. That's why I saw that, you know, we have to check the painting really close to look at it. If the painting broken, which I've been learning by that. What that place? Conservation. Yeah. But it was good to learn, you know, there's new things I was learning much when went to different places, have a look about to do things. So if I go back to my art center to do those stuff, really check on, we're mostly old people painting from long time. Yeah.
Oh, this is my heart like this, like I work in the lot of sound like packing this and taking the mail supposed to like that's the way that you know. This is the part of this job I got like an ANKA program in AWEP. So it's been good for me. I'm looking forward with this the kind of like touring around any city like that, you know. Yeah, it's amazing for me anyway.
Highlights for me was to meet new people, new art centers. Yes. Yeah. Not only painting, but like weaving as well. But we have to go country and get those grasses. Yes. Yeah.
Well, it's a two-way learning. You learn from us and we learn from you. So the main mission is to learn from you, from our world, to how to look after our arts, our paintings, all our barks, and I'm glad to be here to learn it and look after my museum piece. And thank you for showing us this.
Any other questions? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can ask for the participant.
Thank you for the beautiful presentation. I really enjoyed that. I learned a lot about your culture, your arts, and my particular interesting tidbits I know that you use traditional oak, yellow, green, brown, and white pigments. I was wondering if you have ever heard about blue oak from your grandparents or not?
Blue rock.
Blue ANKA. Blue ANKA.
Maybe I should explain to you about our ANKA. We only collect two colors, yellow and white. Then when we put the yellow to cook it, dry, it becomes red. So there's a third primary color on the Tiwi Islands. It's used for body painting, paint on arts, and for ceremony as well.
So yeah, back in mangroves, we used the color is like a white, yellow, red, and this they use it, not any color like blue or it's like that, only red, white, yellow, black.
At Ngulingimbi Art and Culture, we only use ochres. We don't use any acrylic paint or preserved paint that is, like for what non-indigenous paintings. We stick to the tradition, the old way. We only use ochres, and that is red, yellow, white, and black from the coals. Yeah. So yeah.
Question up there.
I'm also a textile artist, but and use it to connect to my culture. How does connecting with like new materials and non-traditional ways of doing things, how do you balance that in culture, like in maintaining culture? So, yeah.
Well, we have a lot of old screens that old people paint, and yeah, we put it on screens, and we just use some colors, or some people buy, like they do orders, so they want it in color waves. So we'll do it in color waves. We send them to them. Albertine is the best. Salad, I always do a lot of screen printing for them, but we do from the old paintings, from the old people, and we put onto paper and to the screen.
So what Sister is talking about the old design. So back in the 80s for our particular community, our art center started as an education center where the ladies were doing screen printing, and then the particular screen print designs they wanted to do is to represent their ancestors. My colleague Lindley would like to speak more on it.
I love your question. And it was something that a wise old man told me, my brother. Tommy May, he sat down and he said to me, no matter what medium you use, you can paint on anything you want. That story you paint is still the same. That never changes. It's the way you tell it changes. Thank you for that question.
Anyone else?
I have a question. It's been so wonderful to hear about your experiences as art workers and as artists, practicing artists yourself. And I'm wondering, now that you've been learning about conservation over the past few weeks, whether there's anything that you think might come into your art practice, and whether your art practice might have, changed or developed, and yeah, whether there's anything that has impacted either the way you might like to work or other people in your art centers.
Well, that is a question for Me or all of us?
All of us, all of us. So,
Can you play it again?
I was interested in, now that you've been learning about conservation and often many of you make art yourselves as well, whether you think the way that you approached making work with materials and might change now that you've also been learning about conservation as well.
Like making art.
Mm.
Yeah, like making art and tell the stories.
Yes.
And some song lines too coming.
From my point of view, what I learned is what I will preserve in my art center. So something that I never knew, like going into the institution and seeing all the fixing of the damages on the box and the ceramics. I thought it'll never be replaced, but then I saw what I saw and I've learned.
All the same.
And I think even when we was at publisher, myself, Tara, and Sister Mo, he even gave us some tips for working with ink and how to best like look after it so it doesn't get moldy, because being in the tropics, things always get moldy.
That man that we went in Mark is one of my manager's friend and Stuart Russell.
Can I just talk? I'll stand up so everyone can see me. I want to tell you about how important the art centers are. Not only my art center, but all around Australia and the world. Like when you look at the art center itself, the building, it is like a core foundation, a foundation of people that has the knowledge, no matter who you are, where you're from, what's your background, you all has a history. So it's like a place where people tell their stories through art. And for Yolngu, especially like myself, I'm Yolngu woman from Northeast Arnhem. It's like a core foundation of my ancestors that every day artists themselves wakes up, go to the art center, they sit, and it's like each of the artists, they're like weaving, making connection. Each needle that they enter to some sort of like basket that they are making connections to the manager itself, to the art center, and the managers, and like myself, I do cataloging. We upload their stories, their artworks to share with the world. So that's how important art is. So I had to say this and tell it to you all so you'll understand why is it important. Like each and every one of you has the history. When you look way back and the horizon, beyond that horizon, there is an invisible generation that yet to come. So I had to make things clear, tell why is it important, especially for Indigenous. Is it important to us? Yes, it is. It is very important so we can share our knowledge, our history, our culture through song, through dance to the nation. So, yeah, thanks.
Well said.
Wow.
I'm a first year conservation student, and in the future, I might be in a position where I will be caring for others. How can we better do it? How can we better? Yeah, how can we be better allies? I don't even know how to better say it.
Yeah, you moved to.
I don't know, it's a complex question. Like, one, through the new MOU signed between both ANKA and the Group Center, that'll be a good starting point. But once you get into an institution and you find out that it comes from one of our art centers or one of the other Indigenous art centers, be it Torres Strait or Aboriginal, you just contact either the art center that exists there, or if there isn't an art center or land council, and then just start from there. And then they will then direct you on how to go. Was that helpful?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing your artworks as well as the performances. My question was around the performance. So you were specifically singing, and then each person was dancing. So do you have to be from that particular region in order to be dancing those dances? And so, like in your case, with the song that you were singing, do you have to be part of that particular region to be allowed to sing that song?
So at Tiwi, it's more, we dance for two specific occasions, and that's for the funeral and then Pukumani. And those dances that were performed are open dances that we do at both of those occasions. So the funeral will dance there, and then Pukumani is then the morning rites. So the Pukumani poles that Tara had up there is erected at the end of the dance rites. And then that's when we say our goodbyes to the deceased, and then they join our ancestors. But yeah, because we're all Tiwi, and I know some of the basic songs, I could sing for them.
If you weren't from TV, be allowed to sing that song. If you weren't from TV, technically you shouldn't be singing that song.
Some people do learn songs and help sing in our ceremony, especially if they're married into. But we have, songs on YouTube now with the Mulila album, which are the Strong Women Choir of Murumyanga. So there are songs out there belonging to Tiwi that are open. So even though, yeah, it's more of an open practice, but with some of our other areas, there are very sacred and hidden songs. And even with our Kulama song as well, that's only for certain people within a certain sort of like our elders and people who know the song lines. But with our funeral songs, our stories shared through the choir, those songs are open and you could sing and learn them.
The dancing, is the dancing also region specific?
Yeah, so we didn't have a clan, like the different clan groups up there, but sometimes there's a crocodile from a different region, they have a different song. And also there's sometimes different movements as well.
Yes, so
like
and the buffalo, like you could only be dancing the Brolga dance if you were from
the wetland area or swamps, yeah.
there.
And then like crocodile from the sea. But mainland wouldn't, or like not mainland, inland wouldn't. That have other totemic dances. Anyone else? And if not, you can speak to any of the participants if you want to ask a personal question as well. So last time, anybody? No? Well, you might want to stand up, and you're officially the 100 graduates.
Yeah, thank you for yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to Greenway Center and managers, boss Bala for coming, Carly and Honey, sorry. And yeah, it's been a pleasure for us to come all the way this far because we come from, far away in different region, up in the warm country. And yeah, it's been like very special moment for us especially these participants to, share their art and culture and the story and what they role at the Art Center. So yeah, a big thank you again. Thank you, everyone.